It is hot in here. Hey everyone, it's Konami. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you guys what I got in my first mini Mac haul. So as you can tell, this is going to be a mini Mac haul as well as a story time. So I hope you have fun while listening to my tale. Or you could just skip to the end and see what I got. It's kind of up to you. So for a little background on this video, I don't have a true flagship Mac store anywhere near me. Instead, I have Mac counters at department stores like Macy's and Nordstrom. And while those are cool to have in order for me to get easy stuff like lippies or eye color, I decided that if I was gonna purchase anything big from Mac, that I would do so in a flagship store. So when I found out that work was actually going to be sending me to a place where there was a Mac store, I kind of low-key made the whole trip about going to the store and getting a full demo. So for even more background, I've actually been really scared of Mac, and I have realized that even now, every single time I go into a Mac store, even if I knew what I was going to buy, I always feel like I'm inconveniencing the employees. Like I'll walk in and suddenly I'm side-eyed by 3 people. They have so much better things to do with their time that they can't possibly help you. And it's not the most comfortable feeling in the world. Now this may not be the case for every Mac store, but every Mac store that I had been in up until recently, that was the case. To make matters even worse, when I was younger, I stepped foot into a Mac store and I was actually really excited. I had heard many great things about Mac as a brand and their formulas, and I was really ready to try them. The thing is that I was young and I was inexperienced with makeup, and I had only used drugstore products. So I wasn't too keen on like price points, and I was a young kid, I didn't have a job. I had an allowance, and not a very big one. So I went into this Mac store, guns blazing, excited. I had seen a friend with a lip color that I was just dying to have. So I went in and everyone did the side eye ignore me thing, and then I inquired about a lip color. I found the lip color and it was the most beautiful, like beige, nude, dusty rose color I had ever seen. I, to this day, do not remember what it is, and I cannot find it. The closest thing that I can come to in terms of describing it would be Jeffree Star's Mannequin, which is why it is my favorite shade of his. That aside, I went in and talked to the associate and they showed it to me, and I tried it on and I was like, yes, this is the one. This is the one. Everything that everyone had ever said about Mac and its magical powers was true. So when I finally asked how much it was, they had told me it was like $28. I have like an allowance and it's probably about like $5 a week, and that's just because I did my homework and I did the dishes and I mowed the lawn and I took out the garbage. I didn't have no $28 to be spending on a lipstick, so I had just kind of like exhaled slightly and said, whoa, like makeup is not cheap. And the employee looked at me and said, well, honey, maybe this isn't the place for you to be shopping then. Just the way that it came out was like super condescending, and I was really upset, and I put it back and I just kind of like shuffled away, and I got that like weird wash of shame that you get when you do something stupid. Yeah, that was me. I walked out of the Mac store and I was like, I'm never shopping here ever again. Well, that was a lie, because later on in life, I would find that I was really in love with a lot of Mac eyeshadow shades. So I gotta hypocritically stop doing that. But anyway, to catch up with the story, I ended up going to this Mac store and I was super excited. I'm an adult, I have a job, I can probably afford the things that I want. So I had just gotten off of work, and every single piece of makeup that I may have done early in the morning to make myself look good was probably dripping and sitting right here on my chin. So it probably didn't look all that great as I walked in. So I walk in and immediately I got side-eyed by 3 employees, and I was like, oh my God, it's happening again, you guys. Flashbacks of young me and Trip Pants and Hot Topic and Abercrombie just came flooding back to me. But I held my ground and I was determined to make this trip worth it. So initially I went in there looking for a specific item. This last Christmas they did a promotion where it was like a Nutcracker sweet set, and there was a highlighter in there that was gorgeous. I absolutely wanted to have it, but I knew that most likely if it was something that happened Christmas time, probably wouldn't be around at this point. But I felt like I had a chance, and maybe they might still have it in stock. So I asked an associate about it, and of course they were like, no, we haven't had that since Christmas. And I was like, okay, well, I was just kind of like hoping. So I decided at that point, like, it's time to go, you're embarrassing yourself, it's time to run. But instead, I kind of like held my ground. I was like, I am going to make this trip worthwhile. So I keep looking around, I'm looking at like the highlighters, and I catch the eye of a different associate. He was probably one of the most put together, amazing, like flawless creatures I've ever seen in my entire life. His makeup was on point, his highlight was great, his eyeliner looked spectacular, and I was incredibly jealous of his eyebrows. This guy comes over to me and I'm expecting that I'm going to get the same treatment. Like, oh, what is it that you need? Like, you probably don't even know what you're looking for. I told him that I was in for the Nutcracker highlighter. And he was like, oh my gosh, yeah, that really sucks that we don't have it. But would you like to see some other highlighters that we have? I was really surprised, honestly, partially because of the way that I was treated like before, the way that I've always been treated at Mac stores. He was super engaging and really nice, and he genuinely seemed to care about my experience. I inquired about the highlighters and he showed me some of the most amazing highlighters that I've ever seen in my life, including some of the coolest duochrome things that I've ever seen in my life as well. Then I was kind of like, all right, well, the highlighters is probably where it's going to end. I'm probably just gonna get those and then just leave. Well, then he asked me about like my skincare and what I like. And I kept saying like, I'm sorry I look so gross, but he was like, honey, we all look gross sometimes and you don't look gross. And he was just super nice and it seemed so genuine. So then I was like, well, I'm kind of curious about your foundations. And he was like, oh, let me show you some of the foundations. Sit in my chair. Here's a makeup wipe. Let's get your previous day's makeup off and let's put some of this MAC makeup on. So then he explained the difference to me about like NC versus NW, how MAC's makeup system is kind of backwards, where warm is more on the red tone and cool is more on the yellowish side. I was just getting a wealth of information and it was so awesome because I was like, this is what I wanted. So anyway, he hooked it up with some of the stuff and I am going to show you that stuff right now. So of course I am going to be doing a full face using these products in a later video, but I'm going to show you what I got. And for those of you who listened to my story, thanks for sticking it out with me. So the first thing that I'm going to show you is the foundation. I got this Pro Longwear foundation. We did a color match for me and I am an NC35. I'm actually really excited to use it. Please excuse my disgusting nails at the moment. Holy crap. My bad. I've heard really great things about this and the formula looked really good on my skin. But also when he tested it on me, we did several color matches. Even though I've had like the color IQ with like Sephora, I always felt like it was just a little bit off. And as you can tell with the makeup that I'm wearing right now and I'm looking at my monitor, my arm and hand don't really match my face because I'm wearing too dark of a shade. That might also mean that I need to change my shade from my winter shade to my spring and summer shade. That's usually something that happens around this time of year. I know at least that this NC35 will match me for spring and summer, so I'm really happy about it. Yeah. So the next thing that I got was, oh, what the heck? I'm literally like looking at this stuff now and so confused as to what I did. So the first thing that I got was this Pro Longwear blush in the shade Eternal Sun. So I was told at the time of purchase that I could get this in a compact form, which is like a standalone thing, or I could get it for cheaper by getting it in the palette form. And I will tell you what that means in just a minute. So remember how I told you I went in for some highlighters? The next two things that I got were like the highlighter and the contoury darker shades. So I got A16 color Hush, and I got double A6, which is the color Pearl. Also got these in palette form versus their compact form, and I'll tell you why now. This is a Pro Palette by MAC, and this is the Pro Palette inserts. They look like this and like this. And when you open this guy up, there is empty space in here to make your own palette, which I thought was super awesome because not only was I saving money by getting the makeup in their palette forms, but it also meant that if I could come up with a customizable thing that I would use on the daily, it saves me space. And for those of you makeup lovers who use the same products a lot, having them in one space is probably one of the biggest blessings when it comes to getting ready. I didn't put the inserts in because I wanted to do them on camera with you guys. So excuse me while I fumble through this. First thing that I'm gonna do is take out Hush and we're gonna put that in. And this is what it looks like as a package. It is literally just the pan. That is so pretty. So we're gonna pop this in here like so. And I guess it's in. It's in. Oh my, it's in, guys. It's in. It's good. So next, let's go in with Pearl. And here's them inside the pan. Cool beans, guys. Cool beans. And then you basically just take this guy and you stick it. Oh my Lord, that was so scary. Right in the palette. Yes. Okay, we're starting this palette off right. Highlighters on the left. Let's put the blush on the right. So this is what the ones for the blush compacts are. It's a little bit bigger and the holes on the back are diagonal. And the holes are so that when you have, like, when you hit pan and you're ready to switch it out for another one, you can just poke your finger through and the pan will drop out. So we're just gonna pop this right in the palette. We're gonna release Eternal Sun from its confines of the cardboard prison. And we're gonna stick this in here. Also, I don't know if I showed it, but on the back of each of these pans, there's actually a little magnet, and that's actually what keeps them inside the palette. So it feels a little awkward to have like an empty space here, but this is what it looks like. So let's get to some swatching, shall we? So the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you a swatch of Pearl on my hand. I'm gonna attempt to show you with the blaring studio light that I have in my face right now. But this is what she looks like. True to her name, very pearly, very light, and it just it reflected the light so well. And since my skin on my hand is lighter than the skin on my face, I think it'll look really nice when I put it on. The next shade we're going for is Hush, and that's this one right here. And that's what she looks like. You can definitely see these way better. Pearl is so pretty and just like luminous. And then Hush is like kind of more of like a nude highlight, and I really, really like that. And the way that it was demoed to me is they actually stacked Pearl on top of Hush so that like when it combined, it looked almost like it blended into my skin, and I was just like so highlighted that you could see me from space. You can definitely see them. Yes, highlight from space. Hello. So the last thing that I'm going to show you a swatch of is the blush. So pretty. I love it. So this palette set that I'm using is definitely going to be my summer go-to, and I'm excited because it means I can just throw it in my bag and I'll be ready to go with everything that I need. I think what I need is just one more contour shade and I should be good, since the blush is both dark enough to be a contour shade but also like blendable enough that it could just stand alone as a blush. So we'll see. Once I do my full face using these products, we'll see how I feel about it, and then maybe I'll go to a MAC counter and just like try and find the shade that like matches it, I guess. Also, for those of you who are wondering, all of this stuff, the Pro Longwear Foundation, the Medium Compact, the blush, the 2 highlighters, the 2 inserts, it all costs $99.66. So for my summer palette and my foundation, I got it all for $100. I really actually wanted to make this video mostly because I wanted to share the fact that this one experience changed my whole outlook, and I'm glad it did. I can't tell you that every MAC experience that you're ever gonna have is going to be bad or good, but I just wanted to really shout out that the person who was helping me actually seemed like they cared, and it was really genuine. So shout out to Joel. I'm not gonna give the last name, but apparently he was the store manager of that store. I don't even care that he was the store manager. He made an impression on me, and he definitely gave me the experience that I was looking for. All right, guys, that's it for this video. I'm sorry it was so long, but I hope you guys got some sort of enjoyment out of it, maybe. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and remember to subscribe to this channel if you want to see more videos like this and other crazy randomness, or if you want to just keep up on all things Konami Eye. If you want, you can leave your comments and feels in the comments box below. Just remember to be nice with the comments you see, even if you disagree, and the best way to defeat someone who's rude or is trolling is to just ignore them and keep on scrolling. As always, you can find me on social media like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Konami Eye. Until next time, this is Konami Icing. Thanks so much for stopping by, and I will see you next time. Bye!